Okay, so here's here's a model with a Z-level rough again, and it's a Z-level rough, which is a material removal program, not a or you know strategy, not a finishing one. So a guy's got a question. He feels like it's skipping areas and doing extra passes in when he puts settings on the model. Um, but essentially it's doing what it's programmed to do. So here he's got a Z-level rough. This is his original file, and he wants to set a top and bottom of job on it at 0 and minus 2.25, and then it changes the toolpath, and why it changes it is something we're discussing in a forum. I'm going to make this video to try and show why it changes it. So there, the toolpath changed, and um, I'll show you why. So let's go ahead and backplot this real quick first. So I forgot to preset this up. I need to change it back to my post processor and stuff, so I post out properly. So let's post that code. Let's do a quick backplot. It's on this other screen. Let me get it on this one here. So what I did now to illustrate it was, because when you're just looking at the cut happening, I think what's happening is everybody's visualizing this part right here, and they're wondering why the toolpath is skipping and not moving into here. Well, really what the toolpath is doing is it's looking at the removal side, and it's toolpathing that. It's not toolpathing this, it's just avoiding this. And so the part he's really trying to cut is actually this, or this is what the toolpath is calculating on right here, right? So that's basically his part just booleaned out of a cylinder. So you want to look at this. So what I did was I saved this as an STL, and I put it in my Predator stock folder. Okay? And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my backplot, and I'm going to backplot it as it was with the top and bottom of job put in as he did it, and I'll show you the toolpath and what's happened because of it. So first I want to do is change the STL. I want to change my stock to be the part that he's trying to cut. This should allow us to see what's actually happening. So there's SSTL, and I saved that STL as a file called part removed in the Predator stock folder. So now let's backplot that and start. So it's using that as a stock. So there's the first, okay, so first pass, when you see that little one right there, that's basically all the material gone. It's just, the Predator, that would be right up against that part that his actual part is, right? So let's continue on. So it goes. Then the next one makes the second pass. He's defined 1/4 inch steps. And now here's one that goes by, and look, it actually, what's that material it left there? Well, what I'm going to show you is, I'll stop it right here because this is where the illustration works. Let me get one more and I'll show you where the illustration works. There's one more right there. So now this is the backplot. Everywhere where you see the clear is his actual part. Now, what's this and why was it left here? It's because there's material that needed to be removed there, but the 1/4 inch step down actually came in at this level here. So it had to make a pass here because it determined there was material there to be removed, but it did it at this level because it has to avoid this, because that 1/4 inches is because he defined the top and the part and constrained it more. That 1/4 inch fell down into this level of this surface right here. So that pass, this extra pass, is he's referring to it as a 5th pass, is actually the pass that would normally be needed to remove this last bit of material that's between here and here. And then lastly, I'll let it finish up really quick, and what you'll end up seeing is there's actually material left on the bottom too, and that's because the roughing pass determines that within a 1/4 inch pass. It can't, it's not going to go and start making tiny little passes because it says it has to finish that. It made its 1/4 inch pass to there, and this material is left. How much is that material? Well, I'll show you. And what are all these steps that are, what's causing those steps to happen in there? So that's the visual on what actually happened to his part. So now what he should do, if he wants to see that, is go in and entity summary his objects and find out that the actual values are 0.0002 and minus 2.2502. So there's the defined 3D objects. Again, now we're working with 3D geometry, so we've discussed what this was. We can get into it more if you need to, but there's his 3D bounds and what the Z-level rough is looking at. So now, if he actually, in this feature, we constrained it down. So now the 1/4 inch steps are not falling right at what his geometry, if you look at if you entity summary his 2D geometry laid out, is right there. A 1/4 inch step from a little below that right there is actually down into this surface. And so when the rough goes around, that's that part you're seeing there. So if we change now and we actually put the actual values in there that the 3D geometry represent, then 502, was it that, or was there one more zero? I'm confused. Let's look at it really quick again. 502. Okay, so now we toolpath it. Now let's see what happens to the toolpath. So now we haven't constrained those 1/4 inch steps to start missing those levels. You see it actually did it there. So now let's backplot it again. Edit. My backplot window opens up on the other monitor I use. Let's get it back over here. I'm going to put my STL back here again. And now let's backplot that. And we'll start. Now we'll watch. So there's 1/4 inch pass on that, and then the rough hasn't been forced to go down below in a 1/4 inch step, so now it does that. And so here's that pass on that next one, and that was the third pass on the top at a 1/4 inch. There's now the second one. So you see now his part is being cut at the exact dimensions because he didn't constrain it and force those 1/4 inch steps to go past what the levels would be on the part. And we'll notice there's this is the third one, right? Was it the third one? Yeah. The fourth one. And the cleanup. There you go. So, and there's the part cut out that he's looking to see cut out. So anyway, I hope that kind of clears it up. I mean, it's a roughing, so we're looking at the material being removed. You're basically you wouldn't expect it to be coming in, and when it gets here, it's going to jump to the next 1/4 inch, whatever that level happened to be that was defined in here. And the roughing is a roughing toolpath. It's not going to be a finished one, so it's not going to be coming in here and going, oh, I need to do another pass here at 0.002 to come in to make sure I cleared material out from here. It's just a roughing one. It's going to expect you to now put your finishing pass on. That finishing passes read this surface, this surface, this surface, and this surface. The roughing one is reading this, and it's making its steps accordingly from there. Anyway, I hope that helps.